Okay, guys, we're gonna kick it on off. Let me know how many new people, first time on any of our calls. Give me a one. If you're brand new, you haven't been exposed to what we do or how we do it, give me a one in the chat, please. If you're new, just give me a one. Now, I can't believe we don't have a bunch of new people here today. All right, boo. No, we got one. So, Jackie, I know you're not by yourself, but we have some shy people out there, I'm sure. So generally what we do is we start off with a few questions for our new people. So I hope you don't feel like we're picking on you, Jackie, but let me ask you some questions if it's okay. How many times in the past have you ever been part of some kind of opportunity that's come along? Give me a one if you have, or two if you haven't. Okay. And of those opportunities, how many times have you made, or have you made, at least $500 over your cost, your monthly cost? Have you made more than that or less than that? Zero. Okay. So why would that be that people fail? Okay. And generally what I explain to people is several things happen. When you first get an opportunity, you're real excited about the opportunity, right? So you start to bring people in. And the hard part is if they're there 3 or 4 months and they haven't made any money, what happens to them? They quit on you, right? Have you had that happen to you before, Jackie? I think we've all had it happen one time or two or three or four and so on. So here's my question. If we could show you a way that nobody dropped out on you, we could help them that fall under you and you yourself get into profit really, really, really fast. Nobody ever dropped out. Could you then build something special that would do and build that dream that you always had when you tried to do some kind of opportunity? Would that change your approach? And that's for new people is that haven't said they're new, that are on the call as well, folks. Okay. So I think we understand there's several factors that happen. And I'm going to be real brief and then we'll run through our presentation. In the past, when somebody brought you into a business opportunity, you kind of felt stranded. You're like that prune on the end of a branch that didn't get any water. And so what happens to the prune in that branch when it doesn't get any water? It dries up, shrivels, and falls to the ground, right? You didn't get help from your upline or your sponsor or anybody above. They just left you out there stranded to try and figure it out on your own. How efficient was that? How did that work for you? It didn't work very well for anybody, I don't think. So, the Alpes is a little different. We're going to train people, we help people, and we work together as a community. Together, we reach heights that we only dream of, okay? Alone, you go quicker, but together, you go much farther. So, here's our disclaimer, folks. Please pay attention. You must be 18 years or older to participate. You can only take one position in the company. You cannot stack EINs or entities or anything like that. The results obtained within the community are not guaranteed. Each individual will experience different results depending on many factors, such as personal effort, skills, level of participation. We're not financial advisors, and no promise of future income earnings is there. We're going to show you how the numbers work, but we can't sit here and write out a guarantee that you're going to achieve that because there's a lot of different factors. Okay? We want to encourage a realistic approach and management of your expectations. So, our values: generosity, respect, authenticity, coherence, and engagement. We're a new age model of opportunity. We put more money in people's hands faster than any legit opportunity on the planet. I'm going to repeat that. We will put more money in people's hands faster than any existing legal opportunity on the planet. Okay? This Alpes is a reflection of something that took 7 years to create. There was a couple pauses here and there as the owners decided how to move forward and how to make it perfect. The administrators have nearly 200 years of experience in the industry. Our objective is to help people from all walks of life, average people, create a substantial income that can continually grow. Okay? And we do that through network growth and daily shopping. So, the stats are out there that shows at least one adult out of every 13 has participated in either a networking or online direct selling company. 120 million today are involved in online direct sales worldwide. That's a $200 billion industry. Okay. However, the vast majority claim they spend more money than they have made. Low to no return on investment, no ROI. Everybody understand what ROI is? Return on investment? If your auto ship is $50 a month with an XYZ company, and you didn't make $50, you spent more than you made. You aren't getting ahead. So when Christmas comes or November and you're pulling out the credit card to buy all the gifts, what's the first thing going to get eliminated? The auto ship, right? This is an international opportunity, folks. We have physical and digital products, but you have nothing to sell. Now, that's a curious statement, isn't it? The company is selling products, but you don't sell anything. Okay? For my new people, have you ever heard of anything does that make any sense to you? How is it you have nothing to sell, yet we're selling products? Okay? Nothing to sell, but we're selling products. The model is sustaining itself through actions that can never be stopped. Daily shopping, folks, daily shopping. If you follow the process, your income will grow organically and exponentially over time. And we're going to cover how that works in just a few minutes. So, how many of you, particularly new people, do you shop online at all? Give me a 2 if you shop online. Give me a 3 if you don't. I'd be more stunned if you don't. How many people have Amazon Prime? Give me a 4 if you have Prime. Got quite a few got Prime. Now, ironically, you pay $15 a month. to Amazon. They have what, somewhere around 180 million people paying $15 a month, something like that, to save a few dollars on shipping and to watch some videos. I have it myself. So the Alpes community will create longevity, folks. To somebody in the networking or opportunity industry, the number one word we're looking for is longevity. How many of you on the call, doesn't matter if you're new or you're not, have been with a company for a number of years, and then all of a sudden the company pulled the rug out right from underneath you, and the income ended if you had a good income with them? Give me a 5 if you've ever had that experience. It's not a lot of fun, folks. It is not a lot of fun today, because two things happen to us. When we have an increase of income into our home, what do? We adjust our standard of living. We take on more bills as a rule because we can. We want to eat out more often. We want to do different things. We want to enjoy the fruits of our labor. So if you had an extra 1,000, 15, 2,000 a month coming in from some opportunity you were in, and after a few years, all of a sudden it ended, well, here's a problem. Because you adjusted your income to meet, your outgo to meet your income. Now the income died, part of it, but the bills didn't die, right? That's not a fun experience. So when I see the word longevity and sustainability, that's what I'm looking for in an opportunity. I want something here that's going to be here as long as Amway's been around, okay? That's what I want. That's what you want. You want something long-term, right? Would everybody agree with that? Give me a 6 if that's something you could agree with. I think we all feel that way. 6 for sure. Okay. So let's go into the compensation plan. Give me a 1 if you're ready for it. Give me a 1 if you're ready. All right. Yeah, we got a lot of 1s today. So this is going to be very, very unique. New people really pay attention because you've never seen anything quite like this. This Alps has got what I call a triple-headed monster. Okay? A triple-headed monster. What do I mean by that? That means we're going to build 3 income streams out of the very same people. 3 matrices from the same people. The first one is a 2x20 forced matrix. Give me a 2 if you know what a forced matrix is, or a 3 if you're not sure what we're talking about. Make it simple. I don't see anybody that doesn't know what it is, but let's simplify it. It means, okay, we have 1, 3. All it means is you only have 2 spots at the top. Anything else, if you sponsor 3 people, will fall underneath one of those 2. Everything is forced down. That's all it means. Okay. And it means a 2x20 means it's 20 levels deep. Basically, a little over 2 million people on that 20th level, if I remember my math correctly? And so by creating this structure right here, these two that you're seeing in front of you on the screen right now are only tied to the mall income. And we're going to dig real deep into it and show you how it works in just a second. Now, the other side of this is called a unilevel. How the unilevel works, folks, is you have you and any directly sponsored people will go on that first level. If you only have two, then you're going to have two over here, and that's it. Now, if you only have two, and they only have two going down 5 levels, you're going to have 2, then 4, then 8, then 16, and 32. That's it. That's as deep as the unilevel is going to go. Okay? So, let's kind of dig real deep. Let's have a little fun with it. Well, I have to go into another screen to do it. So there's 3 ways to join a community, folks. 3 ways. Only 3 ways. But everybody is going to be part of these 3. And I'm going to break them down. You could come in as a member and only participate in shopping. That's it. However, cost you $29 a month, but pay close attention to this. The company is going to give you $25 in cashback credit so you can buy without pulling out of your wallet. So if they're giving you $25 to buy with, they'll charge you $20 plus $9 in admin fee for your website. How much did it cost you to be able to buy at a very, very low Amazon style rate in the mall, your own mall? What's the difference? 29 subtract 25, folks. $4. $4. Amazon charge you 15. Zalp's going to charge you basically a net of $4. And you'll never reach in your wallet to pull out a credit card. Okay? When you buy out of that store, you're going to be buying out of unless you want to buy a big ticket item, you're buying out of the ACC funds. Okay? Now, I'm going to skip over VIP because it won't come into play except if it's triggered one way. Ambassador. When people come in and want to participate in the opportunity side, they come in as an ambassador. The cost is a one-time, self-funded $129. $9 goes for your admin, your back office. $120 goes into the compensation plan. $25 goes into your mall bank, so you're not buying out of your own pocket. You can participate up to 20 levels deep. Potential earnings from over 2 million shoppers. 2 million. So how does that break down, guys? What determines a VIP member versus an ambassador? Okay. It's very simple. A VIP member didn't sponsor somebody, and within 30 days, they came in as an ambassador, but they didn't bring anybody into business in the first 30 days. That makes them revert to a VIP member. And they can only get paid 12 levels deep in their 2x20 mirror. Potential to earn from 8,190 shoppers. That's what it means. So if you can't get to, now we don't teach bring in 1, we teach bring in 2. Because why? Why, folks, do we want to bring in 2 people? Come on, we're going to participate now. All my ambassadors, why do you want to bring two people in right out the gate, not one? Oh, that's a good answer. There was the answer. David's got it. To be qualified for all levels. Fully qualified. What else happens? You're in profit. You got more coming in than you initially paid, and you're self-funded all the way through the rest of the way. Exactly. So if you're just brand new coming in, get your two people. As fast as you can get your two people, get them. And then help your two people. Okay? So we're kind of doing a little bit of a repeat here, but we're going to cover it anyway. Cash back from future shopping. All members are shoppers. That's true. Okay? VIP members and ambassadors. $9 is your back office fee, no matter what level you are. It's the same. $20 goes immediately into the shopping profits payout plan, the 2x20 matrix. Okay? David, attend Thursday's training and you'll never look back. Thursday nights at 8 p.m. So, let me get back on track. My apologies, folks. The ACC, which is the $25, replaces your shopping obligation because it represents shopping. Okay? You can redeem your ACC once you've been shopping in your store. Everybody understand kind of how that works? We're selling products, but you get to pick and choose because you get cash being put into your bank every month. So you're not pulling it out of your back pocket. You're self-funded. So I'm going to drop this down a little bit so I can read this off, and I'm going to show you how this works. We're going to really focus on this part right here first, folks. And we're going to talk about ambassadors because this is where it really applies. Okay? Customers and VIP customers work a little different. They get cash back. They don't get cash, they get cash back built up into their bank. Okay? But every time a product is sold, it goes into 50% of it's going to go into your 2x20 matrix, and 50% is going to go into the unit level. I want you to pay close attention to this because this will be a light bulb moment, particularly if you're new. Bob and I started basically 5 months ago, back when we had no website, back we had one video that was full of mistakes. We had no tools. The only thing we did was get commitments from people that would be interested in where we were going once the pre-launch opened up. That's all we had. So the first day, I brought two people in the very first day, Bob and Robert. That was it. By the end of the first week, I had over 100. By the end of 5 months, the group has now exceeded 28,000 people. I'm not telling you that for the wrong purpose. We're going to lowball what can be made into the compensation plan. We don't want to use hype or exaggeration. We want to lowball everything. So the company tells me that we can expect as the mall gets opened, we can expect, because of different parts of the compensation plan, how it functions, and the money flowing into your mall bank, the average profit will be between $3.50 to $5 per sale across this mall. But let's say instead of being that high, we only could make $3. And after a period of time, your group is at 1,000 people. Okay? 1,000 people. How much would you make each month if it never grew another person? What would be your monthly income, particularly for new people? All right, if we're only getting three, forget the 350 to 5. We're going to lowball it. 3. There we go, 3,000, right? Folks, will $3,000 change your life in any way? Could you improve your life with an additional $3,000? Give me one if that'll change your life. Remember, it wasn't that long ago, $500 would have changed most people's life. We're talking a lot more than that, right? So, what about the matching bonus? Remember, anybody I directly sponsored, and I've only got 2 of them, whatever they made, I get 50% matching bonus, right? So let's say, let's really lowball this as hard as we can, guys. Charlie's already built into the system. You're not actually buying something, but yes, you do buy something, but not out of your pocket. It's built into the system. We'll back over that if we need to at the end. So, Bob and Robert, instead of making $3,000 a month, maybe they only made 1,000. Let's keep it as low as we can, right? So if I've got 2 people on my direct first level, each making $1,000, I get 50% of what they both make. How much did I just make off my level 1 unilevel? Where's my mathematicians? Come on, folks. There, no. No, $1,000, guys. If each made 1,000, I made 500 off of that. So 2 times 500 is $1,000. Got to add them up together. So knowing the way we've built this, Bob and Robert only got 2 people each. So we only have 4 people on level 2. So 4 times 1,000, right? 4,000, 20% of that is how much? Was 200 per person. That means I made 800, right? So if I got 8 people on level 3, 10%, we're still got another 800, right? Now we go to level 4, we have 16 people. Each made $1,000 and we got 10% of it, 1,600. And then level 5, there's 32 people, 10%. Now, here's my question, folks. And we lowball this as hard as we can. Remember, we cut it in a third just to make it more palatable and not seem hypey. We made more off the unilevel than we made off the 2x20 fourth matrix. Everybody see that? Folks, the example you're seeing right here is only based on 1,000 people total. and each of you will get there if you work it. Okay? Each of you will get there if you work your business. Go to the trainings. Learn how it works. Learn how to attract people versus chase people. So, we're going to get a little repetitive, but we'd like you to see how it works. A member can only get paid cash back only on 10 levels. That's it, 10 levels. 2,046 shoppers. Now, remember, we only use the example of 1,000 shoppers, right? We only use the example of 1,000. So you can see what their potential to build up is, right? The VIP member, same thing apply, 12 levels, 8,190 shoppers, immediate income earning potential from step 1 of the compensation plan. Okay? And we're going to cover step 1 in the compensation plan in just a second. Again, the cost is a one-time 129 plus 29 if you do not sponsor or bring somebody else aboard. You will fall back into a VIP member for that month. Okay? Which allows you, since you're not pulling money out of your pocket, to do what? To get qualified in the next 30 days, the following 30 days, if you didn't do it the first month. Does that make sense, folks? Give me a 3 if that makes sense. Everybody get that where it's clear. All right. I wasn't sure if being clear there. So, VIP member has no personally sponsored members. That's what makes them a VIP member. Now, if an ambassador spills over underneath the VIP member, what happens? Okay? $50 in cash back will go into your bank. The person that created this spillover will get $50. Per person. Let me rephrase that. Sorry about that. You have 30 days to sponsor one and get paid in cash as an ambassador, which we want to show you that in just a second. This is where it starts right here, folks. Ambassador. You have sponsored one or more participants. Your cost is $129 a month. That's auto finance. It comes out of your profits. We want to show you that in a second. $20 goes into the compensation plan. That goes into the ACC. Everybody receives every month $25 in ACC. The company is donating 5 of it. 20 comes from the 129. Income potential up to 20 levels deep, over 2 million shoppers. Folks, I want you to write this in stone. We will exceed 1 million members in our first 12 months live. We are well above pace, right? Well above pace. You have immediate income from steps 1 to 7 of the compensation plan. Now, we're not going to go deep into steps 6 and 7. We'll talk about it, but we're not going to go into deep detail. There's videos that will in your back office that will cover that once they get placed. So, step 1 has sponsored one or more. paid the 120 one time, plus your 9, etc. Once as you come in as an ambassador and you place 2 people, new people, any new people, is for my new people that are on the call, is $200 more than 129. New people. Give me a 5 if you understand that 200 is more than 129. For my new people. Well, we'll move on. We got shy people today. So, folks, as you go through, there we go. Thank you, thank you. As you go through the steps, step 2, step 3, 4, 5, it's auto finance. It's coming out of profits. Thank you, folks. Thank you. So when I get to step 2, my income potential is $600. Okay? But I have, for that level, my expense is covered as $200. Okay? When I get to step 3, this is level 3, step 3 and level 3 are going to be synonymous. They're interchangeable. So when I fill my level 3, my cost becomes $330. Remember, they just gave me $600 and $200, right? So it's all in finance. It's not coming out of my pocket. When I get this level full and I go through all the steps required, okay, they'll pay me another $1,400, folks. Is that a little different than what you've seen in the past? How many people does it take to start filling in levels 3, level 4, level 5? What's our foundation? Well, if I add them all up, it's 62 people in the first 5 levels, right? Now, we got to help those 62 to develop 32 people of their own. It's a foundation, okay? Now, we're going to cover the money in a second, but I want to put a little realistic view, particularly for new people, of what we're doing here. This will take a little bit of time. It doesn't happen overnight. Your mall income will sustain you while you're developing this. Okay? It is not like you reaching in your wallet each and every month. Okay? Each and every month to pay an auto ship or an auto service every month and hope you get a commission on the back end of the month. Doesn't work that way. Everything we do, we want you to benefit. Okay? So I'm going to break it down. When I go through the first 5 steps, the last one being cost $550, if I add it all together, my net potential is $11,400. My expenses are $1,649. So you have to subtract that. It leaves you with a potential net monthly earning off of the 3rd compensation plan, just the first 5 levels of it, not the whole thing, first 5 levels, of $9,751, folks. Is that life-changing? How many people in retirement have $10,000 a month retirement coming in? What do you think the number would be? Not enough. Absolutely fact. Folks, the number of people living paycheck to paycheck over 65 is a crime. It's abysmal and it's sad. And you have a tool that can change some of their lives. Okay? Now, there are a couple other levels that we have. I'll briefly touch on them just for a second. Both are optional. You do not have to do them. Levels 6 through 10 in the third compensation plan. There's an annual optional charge of $1,100 coming out of your profits, not out of your pocket. And you get $100 per person on those levels once they do their upgrade, their $1,100 upgrade. Up until that point, and I want to emphasize this, any monies you would have earned on level 6 through 10 and you have not yet upgraded, this Alps will put it in a bank and hold it for you till you do. Folks, you ever heard anything like that before? What happens to money you weren't qualified to earn yet in 99% of all companies? What do they do with the money you were not qualified for yet? Breakage, slippage, they keep it, they roll it up. Here, we're going to bank it up for you till you are ready to get it. How amazing is that? Guys, if you don't see that one and you're not, hey, everybody do me a favor. Take your right hand and put your thumb across your wrist and check your pulse. Let's make sure everybody still got their heart pumping. Give me a 6 if your heart's pumping. There we go. We're breathing. So let's touch just for a second. What happens for levels 11 to 20? Man, them numbers get big from 11 to 20. Would you agree? So one time out of profits, $2,100, but all those that you get paid that $100 on in those levels, you only get paid one time. But the numbers are so big, you're never going to care. At this point in time, if you develop this business and work it, and you're in the 11 through 20 range, in the third matrix, your income is going to be in the one, you're going to be like a doctor, in the doctor without having to go do the doctor's work or have the headaches or the billing or the staff it requires for him to make it. Okay? We're talking, some of us on this call right here will be in what we call the 1%ers. Everybody know what a 1%er is? Give me a 7 if you know what the 1%ers are. How would you like to be a 1%er? The potential's there. Here's the bigger question. How many of you are willing to put in the effort to get there? That's the key. We didn't build 28,000 members underneath us in 5 months from not doing a lot of work. We built the foundation, okay? We did what was required. And we built it making sure nobody got left behind. So for new people on the call, I want you to pay close attention to what we're about to show you. Folks, if you've already sponsored 2 people and qualified an in profit, give me a 1. Pay close attention, new people. If you are 2 levels deep. Let's skip 2. Let's skip 2. Let's go right to 3. If you are 3 levels deep right now, give me a 3. If you're 4 levels deep, give me a 4. If you're 5 levels deeper, give me a 5. For my new folks, if you see what you're seeing right there, you understand we don't leave anybody behind. We're 90% qualified. 90% qualified, far exceeding over 20-some thousand members. Because we didn't do it the traditional way. We wanted nobody left behind. We wanted everybody that had failed in the past to have a taste of success. Okay? And the company's structure was built around that concept of average people being able to achieve an above average income. It's phenomenal. That's correct. This is a new model. This is the way of the future. So we've kind of covered how the payouts work. Steps through 5, 11,400 gross, 1,640 of auto finance, and a net of 9751. They got 9760. I'm not sure where our discrepancy is, but it's okay. So in our hybrid structure, there's no balancing. It's not a binary. It's a forced matrix. Payouts come from every line. Compression from each direct. What does that mean? That means if you have members within your group or VIP members, when comes time for pay, it's going to compress over those members and pay you for your ambassadors. Okay? The ambassadors. So the matrix will compress. Everybody understand that? If you're not sure, let me know. So, again, we kind of covered a breakdown of how the unilevel worked. 50%, 20, 10, 10, and 10. So there's no reason that we're going to go a great deal into it more unless there's any confusion. And it's pretty simple math, guys. We cut the actual earnings by a third just to make the numbers as low as we can make them. So you can use your imagination and bring more realistic numbers in if you choose to. But it keeps us away from getting real hypey. Would you agree? So, conclusion. It's the most generous compensation on the planet. We give back 100%. The owners and master distributors are just like us. Their income comes from their own groups, not from a profit margin of the company itself. Daily shopping will create a life-changing residual income for all members. Future customers impacts steps 6 and 7 explained in the training. We also have a crypto debit credit card, which will be here this week, by the way. Shopping store with many products. It's supposed to open around the 15th of this month. Highest cashback return to the community. A roadmap in progress to build the world's strongest shopping center. You are part of a business like no one's ever seen before. All right, folks, that's our presentation for today. Now, we want to touch any Q&A that we may have. Let me clear up any confusion. Shoot the questions, guys. Is there a preview of the mall products? There is, Bridget. I can't access it from this platform right here. But are you a member already or an ambassador? Are you a new person? If you'll get with your upline, they'll get you a link to show you what is called it's a holding site. It's not been, let me find the right way to put it. In other words, the products on that platform, they're going to code line by line or are coding line by line. Then they'll move it to a third-party platform using the API and bring it into your back office from that way. The credit card payment system, Buck, will be two-phased. One will be a virtual card in your back office, which you can use. And you also can get a hard copy debit card. You'll just have to order it. I think it's the best way personally, because some of the things that we talk about from time to time, one of the things with a debit card is it has a cash back of 1.5%. Bill, give me just a second, I'll do that. So the cash back of 1.5%, imagine you have a mortgage. You load your card up from your back office and pay your mortgage with your debit card. Well, if your mortgage is any size, you're getting 1.5% back, right? Or what about for groceries or whatever you want to buy? Here's the thing. You're making 1.5% profit on your profits. Where have you ever seen that done before? Normally, transactions cost you money, okay? If you take and do a crypto transaction, sometimes you're paying huge money just to do a transaction. If you do a PayPal or something like that, there's always a transaction fee to move the money.
Gary, I have a question from a Teresa that was actually in the Q&A section.
Okay.
She says, how do we get approved for selling a product in the shopping mall?
Oh, there's a procedure being place. What you have to do is support a ticket, support will send it over to them, and they'll make contact with you, and they'll do a type of interview to see if it'll fit for both sides. If it fits, they'll do a contract with you, etc. O'Neill, are you talking about how much will the credit card cost? Probably, I'm gonna guess $25 would be my guess. Let me back up, make sure I didn't miss any questions. Where does one send a transaction hash for transactions made by crypto? Yeah, we have ways to re-support. You can do it right from your back office, but if you go into your finance or your wallet, there's a video that shows you exactly how to find the hash, transaction hash, and etc. David, can you by chance pull up the support email by chance? Can you reach that?
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
Now, I will tell you, support is not going to be functional for the next probably 10 days. The reason being is because they're trying to get payroll done where everybody can get paid. So they're redoing the matrix to make sure everybody gets paid the correct amount. Felicia, yes, the actual start is today. A limited number of people, probably the first 50, 60 people will be the very first ones. Then they'll do the next section, until the 15th. They'll have it all completed between now and the 15th. Oh, no. Buck, that's a misunderstanding. That's almost correct, but it's not correct. Here's what's going on. Thank you, David. People are joining right now, no matter who they are. Don't pay until the 15th, no matter what. They're in a free slot till the 15th. That's the structure that we have right now. There are some people probably paying with crypto, but they're in a unique situation. They're in India, they're in China, and different places, and they have an arrangement specific to their groups. Diana, I'm not sure what you mean, the 129 people.
Here's another question. Can a customer become an ambassador and do they stay in the same position? I think we covered that earlier.
We didn't really cut. Here's the only thing that, are you talking about a member?
Yeah, can a customer become an ambassador? So I guess customer
Well,
member would mean the same.
any customer can become an ambassador by paying 129. But there's one unique element, which is called a member. Now, a member can't really become an ambassador per se, but if they accumulate enough cash back, they can actually pay the 1,100 for 6 through 10 and take advantage of 6 through 10 income. It's kind of a weird quirk that they built in. Oh, Kathleen, that's a support issue. That's going to have to be worked out through support. The link is above. You can still send a ticket. They can't get to it right away. It's going to be at least a week before they get to that. But nobody's going to penalize you. Or the end of, yeah, there's no support going on right now. They'll still get to those tickets once they get caught up. They'll start back on the tickets. So there's no penalty. In other words, as long as you have something in, they'll allow you to pay after the 15th, and then I'll be clear. Oh no, puppy's gonna drive me nuts.
And that's real true, Charlie. A lot of when you log into your back office, you'll see a big green background with the updates on there, and a lot of that stuff is in the middle of that update.
Kathleen, I'm gonna put my email in here. Send it to me, your list, and I'll help you out. Oops. And who is your upline that you're aware of anyway? We'll see if we can't help you out. Oh, okay, Big Al. Okay, okay. We'll bring it to their attention so they're aware of it. We'll bypass the support for right now and see if we can get you an answer. I can't promise you how quick I'll get it because they're swamped trying to get this payroll done. But like I said, there's no penalty. If you can't pay now, they'll all be able to take care of it by the 15th. I would still keep building no matter what, even if they're building 3 positions for right now. You're still building your team and you still see your growth. All right.
Scott, can you be more specific on your question? It says when those folks end up in that slot and we build under them, what happens if they choose not to move forward?
They compress out eventually. See, the beauty of compression is to eliminate the very thing we're speaking of. Let's say you had a person that took a free slot and then never did anything. Okay? Nothing. Well, that's a block in most companies. That's blocking you from your earnings or potential earnings. Here is going to compress up for pay purposes. Okay? Pay purpose. So eventually those free slots will be eliminated if there's no activity after so long. I don't know how long before they do that, but eventually that's what they'll do. And they'll compress, you won't have to worry about the compression then. Congratulations, Carlene. 300 that's a good size start. Great group.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Great start.
It's a great start. You'll blink and have 1,000 people before you know it.
Oh yeah, by next Monday's call, she'll be there probably.
Yeah. Okay. Scott, it's it's the same issue. Don't worry about it. It's just gonna be working through it probably around the 15th. And at that point, after the 15th, everything will probably be pretty smooth sailing from that point on. Um, I'm not sure somebody could even register for VIP member because the VIP member happens when an ambassador doesn't get their first person within 30 days. It may be optional the way they structured it. I would guess, Scott, that's probably accurate, but I can't really promise you that. Um, I would guess that would make sense. Oh, okay. If you have somebody paid the 120 but doesn't have a star yet, that's because the matrix is and team tabs are being rebuilt to accurately structure the pay so people are being paid accurately. So there's going to be, while they're doing that, some stats will show up, some will disappear and fill back in. We've been watching it that way for a little while. I wouldn't get too excited about it. What if you only get, Michelle, I only have 2 people. I have 28,000 people beneath me, but I don't have 2 personals. Your job when you get 2 people is to do what? Your job changes to help the 2 people get their 2 people. That's how you build it down. That's how you leave nobody behind. Okay? This is what it's all about. Help 2 get their 2, help their 4 get 8, help 8 get 16. We work together as a community to help you achieve what you need. Ambassador 8 means the size of your group is of a certain size that they determine.
Convince.
There's no pay
Here's the
difference.
definition of convince.
There's no pay structure difference, Bobby. It's just a status. Terry's 90% qualified with 2 people in currently. We actually have in this group, and we're fortunate. I mean, we work very hard, but to develop what we developed, we ended up, we're probably 70% of the company in this group right here. We are 70% of the total of dissolves in one group. And the reason that we are, and David can speak to this as well as me, is we decided in the beginning not to do it the traditional way. We wanted to go and make sure nobody got left behind, that people got qualified, people got in profit. So we structured it to be the way we built it, so that there was no holes, that people had people underneath them that got them into profit right away. Okay. So rather than do things the old school way, we did something new that hadn't been done this way before. And the results are what you're looking at. If you teach what we teach you downstream, you're going to build a solid foundation that'll never fall apart on you. If you slip back to the old school way of thinking and try and drop 15, 20, 30 people in and let them fend for themselves, what do you think will happen? They won't have a great deal of success, or just take a long time. Right? Does that make sense? No, we can't tell them how to build it, but here's the thing. One of the most famous sayings in the world is doing the same things over and over and over and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity, right? Albert Einstein said that. Don't do the same things over and over and over and expect a different result.
And I learned something new about that technique, Gary, because I only brought two people also.
That's right.
I brought two people, and both those people saw the vision, they saw the opportunity, and they decided to roll up their sleeves and go to work. That was about 16, 17 weeks ago, or I'll say the 1st of September. And right now, my group is 13,726 people.
Boy, I bet you're going to be waiting for that mall to open up, huh?
Incredible. Totally incredible. I've never been so excited about an opportunity
Oh, I know. I
because
know.
I've seen them all. I've been there. I've tried more than I can count. And I've made good money with some and some I didn't. But this here, this this will be the last one I work.
I
I
came
don't
out,
need another opportunity. This will be the last one.
I came out of retirement to do this.
Yeah,
I haven't done an opportunity. I'm too busy to do opportunities, is what I was pretty sure of, because I run two other companies. So it's I came out because I saw something different that would help a lot of people change their lives. That was the thing for me.
exactly.
Okay. If it'd been another opportunity that made a lot of money, that wouldn't have been an attraction to me.
And me either, because I want other people to make money too. And I don't want to be one of the top 2 or 3% and the bottom half struggle. So I told myself many months ago, I'll never join another opportunity unless everybody on that whole group can make money
Yeah,
somehow or another.
exactly.
And then you got the automation and the self-financing, and nobody drops out, and the company puts the money in your bank till you upgrade. Ain't nobody got that. That just sweetened the pie for me.
Oh, amen. We have any final questions before we wrap up, folks? We don't want to take your whole day. We do want to tell you, if you were
That's
invited
awesome,
to the
Amy.
call, get back with the person that invited you, make a commitment, and we'll see you on the inside, guys.
That's it. Y'all have a great rest of your day.
All right, let me stop my share and stop our recording.